Guys, so I'm gonna be ranting about social media because I have a lot to say about it. And my last recording, I recorded for 30 minutes and I feel like that was way too long to just yap about social media. So I'm gonna be making some notes and we're gonna roll along with those. So what prompted this video was earlier today while I was eating dinner, my mum was just on TikTok the whole time, which is fine. You're allowed to be on TikTok whenever you want, you're an adult. But my rebuttal for that is I'd assume as a parent, you would want to spend your time, your little time with your kids on, like, not on TikTok. You'd want to spend your little time with your children, spending time with them, not just coexisting with them. And what I think is when I move out and when my brother moves out of the house, my mum isn't going to remember the times that she was on TikTok scrolling, watching videos. She's going to remember the little times in the later years that we actually spent time together. And this video isn't a whole dig at my mother, it's just a dig at the system of TikTok and I guess millennials parenting, I guess, because it's just like I feel like there's been so many times where we could have been having family bonding moments and, you know, talking and having fun and creating new core memories, when instead we were just on our phones and scrolling through TikTok and stuff. One thing that happens a lot is I go downstairs because I want to hang out with my family, and my brother will be scrolling on YouTube Shorts on the TV and my mum will be scrolling on TikTok, and I'll be the only person that's present. And I'm not trying to say, oh yeah, I'm better than them for being present, because that's fine. It's not something that they that's not something they seem to want yet. And I didn't want it as well back when I was a happy doom scroller on TikTok, but I haven't been happy on TikTok for a while now. And I don't know what video prompted me to try to get off it, but I think it's just when you're old, you're gonna wish you weren't on TikTok as much. You're gonna wish you were spending those years with your family and friends, and if not with them, doing something creative or just doing something with your life. I guess you could say I'm too young to have a crisis, but in my mind, life is school, work, retire, die. And life seems so short, and I don't want to spend those years on TikTok. I like YouTube because it's long form media and you're gonna most likely remember the videos you watch. And something funny that my mom also said was, she's like, oh, I need a new show to watch. And I'm like, oh, why didn't, like, my brother was like, why didn't you watch Stranger Things? And she's like, oh, it's too long. And I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, when I'm watching like TV, I also like to go on my phone and scroll. And I just like, that just opened something in my mind as well. I'm like, you like to scroll or you feel like you need to? Which one is that? Do you feel like you need to scroll or do you want to? Because I assure you, you don't want to. You feel like you need to. I don't know, like ever since COVID really changed us. I feel like if COVID didn't happen, we wouldn't be so addicted to short form media. COVID was such a big thing for short form media, and then like that's such a big factor to why we are so addicted. Because what were you doing during the pandemic? I'm sure you weren't doing anything interesting. You were probably, if you weren't in Zoom calls or Skype meetings or whatever, you were probably on TikTok. And that's what got us addicted. That's what got me addicted. After 2020 and 2021, mainly after the big COVID era, I was addicted to TikTok just like any other person, and I didn't really realize I was addicted until I started seeing people realize they were addicted to TikTok. And if you're addicted to TikTok and you're fine with it, that's completely fine, I guess. But it's not something I want in my life. It's not something that I am gonna look forward to when I'm older. Because when you're old, you're not gonna be, I'm sure you're probably not gonna be telling stories about a TikTok you saw one time. You're probably gonna be wanting to find stories in you that are about moments that you had with people, whether it was a moment alone, whether it was a moment maybe even on a call, if it was a moment with your friends or family. That's what you're gonna remember, and that's what I do remember. That's what I like to remember. I don't like to remember TikToks. I don't. I point that out to my mom, and she's just like, oh, you're not better than me. And I'm like, that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say, is this the life you want to live? Is this the life you want to live? When I graduate and when I'm out of the house, are you going to be wishing you spent more time on TikTok? Are you going to be wishing that you spent more time with me? Are you going to be wishing that you just spent more time just doing nothing with me? Even if it was just a moment at the grocery store, it's more memorable than scrolling on TikTok for 7 hours a day. It's not a life I want to live, okay? I'd rather spend 7 hours of my day just looking out the window than scrolling on TikTok. It has the same use. It isn't, watching TikTok for 7 hours a day is just as useful as looking out the window for 7 hours a day. Or staring at a wall for 7 hours a day. It's worth nothing. It just wastes time. I feel like I've said about enough I need to say, but I have a hatred for TikTok, and if you do too and you want to quit, this is your sign to quit. I'm telling you, if you need a second opinion, I'm telling you to stop. Hang out with your family. Do something with your life. Don't just scroll on TikTok for 7 hours a day. Again, you're allowed to. You're completely allowed to. Free will, right? You don't have to delete TikTok to be present, right? But it definitely helps. I'd rather not have TikTok than have a little bit of it. I just don't want TikTok. The only time I have it, but the only time I go on it is to watch edits, right? If I feel like I need my hyperfixation to be heightened, I'll watch some edits and then call it a day. But get off TikTok, quit AI, be creative, and surround yourself by people that are kind and on the same page as you. That's my moral of the story. And if you have someone that you can talk to or just go on a call with, go hang out with them. And hopefully next year will be better for social media, and hopefully we'll want to get off social media. My New Year's resolution for next year is to completely be off social media. That's my goal. So I will see you guys in the next video, and that was my yap. I hope you enjoyed.